time, I immediately recognized the hairstyle, of course, as being Mel Gibson, Lethal Weapon era.
Yeah, I told you that. No, but
I knew that. It reminded me.
So the best block thing I read on your website was some guy said the '80s called Jean-Claude Van Damme wants his haircut back, which I thought was terrific. Because it was. Look, I think it's like an old '80s movie or early '90s movie, and that was my homage to Martin Riggs, Lethal Weapon. Yeah. The director and the producer kind of had a bit of a fit. I'm bringing the mullet back.
Yeah, absolutely rocking it. And tell us a little bit about some of the people you got to work with here: Elizabeth Banks, Edward Burns, Mackie. What do you just? This is like a dream team of like great actors.
Well, Elizabeth, Elizabeth, I'd seen her. Obviously, we've all seen her in 30 Rock, things like that. Zack and Miri make a porno. And she did Next 3 Days with Russell Crowe. I thought she was terrific, and we needed a character that's the Bruce Willis of the piece. She's Bruce. She wakes up hungover. The rest of the police force hate her. She's the smart aleck. I'm the damsel in distress. So I needed someone that I could bounce off that was a lot like Bruno. And then Mackie and Belle I've known for years, so you trust them and you get those guys on board because you just trust them. And then to get someone like Ed Harris, Ed, I was more nervous about working with him than getting on that ledge, because every time I'm looking at him, I'm going, fuck, it's Jackson Pollock, or it's Beethoven, it's John Glenn, the fucking dude that held Alcatraz hostage. I'm like, what's he going to do to me? This guy created Truman, alright? So as far as I'm concerned, we got lucky. We got extremely lucky, and it's an extreme honour to work.
We talked about this before too. For me at least, and I think for a lot of like real big film lovers, the real superstar of the supporting cast is William Sadler, who plays your father. That guy's a legend. Like, he truly is.
Yeah, it's a risky move to put William in, because we all know him from Die Hard 2. He hates that because he reckons his best work was Shawshank Redemption. And I kept saying you're the Grim Reaper in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. So, he hates it. But Lorenzo knew him. Lorenzo said, look, he's a great guy, and it gives away, but that's a nod and a wink to people that know him, and I don't think it kind of holds up.
No. All right, let's see what anyone out here got some questions. It's really bright. Right in the middle there. Is that you, Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Sadler, what?
Almost.
You mentioned the 80s. To go back another decade to the 70s, I wonder if you or anyone involved in the film, particularly the older people, ever had to explain on the set or to audiences since it's been released what that Attica stuff is about.
Well, I think we steal from it. Being Dog Day Afternoon, we knew what we were stealing from by me yelling, "I'm innocent, I'm innocent." It's exactly what I think any great movie or any fun movie like this does tip its hat to other movies. As I said, not only kind of go with that "I'm innocent" guy in a public forum and using the crowd to win the fight. But there was a sense among this. There's a lot of cliches in this movie that you see in other movies, and I said to everyone, let's just embrace them and go with it. We know we've got these little heists going on, but rather than it being like Ocean's 11 or Mission Impossible, let's do a very rudimentary, because everyone's seen that, and it hopefully makes an audience more comfortable to know, all right, we get the world, but then you throw something as kind of as funny as him on a skateboard with that kind of thing on his back. And I like that. That to me just sets the tone of the movie, which is, come on, go for it and enjoy it. So there are definitely nods to those type of things.
Just trying to see here.
Okay, so you did a lot of the work on the ledge. Did you do any of the stunts driving at the beginning?
Yeah, it's all me. Yeah, that was cool.
Woo!
Yeah, no, I asked to do it because my record's really bad in a car, and they took away my license in Australia. But in America, it's okay. Right? So yeah, look, these type of movies, you get to do that kind of stuff. I'm never going to get to do stuff like that in real life, and you meticulously kind of design it so no one gets hurt. It's kind of rough on you because I was in a cemetery, and I'm a very superstitious young man, so I had to be very careful of what kind of ground I tore up with the car. But no, that's all me. Yeah.